To Alfred E. Thompson Stadium, Fritz Orr Field. I'm Jack Schlafly here with Bennett Porson and Ryan Costley to cover the boys lacrosse game here today against Allatoona. And guys, we've got quite the matchup on our hands as Allatoona is an undefeated team and the Wildcats are coming in with quite the roster. So we're going to see one of the better battles that Westminster's had all year tonight.
Definitely, especially Westminster's also undefeated in the state. I say in the state because they did play boys Latin back in March, lost that game by 1, but now we're going to have the national anthem.
And welcome back after the national anthem. And we're about to get into our first thoughts before the game gets going. And as I said, Allatoona, one of the stronger opponents, as you said, at Westminster, undefeated in the state. They're only lost to Boys Latin, a team from Maryland. That is quite the team.
Quite the team.
Boys Latin at the time of that game was ranked number 1 in the country, and the Cats were really close in that game. We're up by 3, I think, at the end of the third quarter. And they were really close to winning that game, and they're certainly looking to make a deep run in these playoffs, and this is the start of that.
So your starting lineups for the Cats are going to be Kofi Terrace, Trip Ray, and Blake Davis. In the attack, Cole Haverty, Harrison Fivash, and Jack Patton playing midfield. And in the defense, Josh Dolan, Rains Schamberger, and the senior leader, Charlie Trentz. And for Allatoona, you're going to have Bennett Jarrett, Danny Tesler, Neil Brown, Mike Johnson, Brendan Seaman, Trevor Stewart, Carson Sorrells, Cole Hansen, Trent Thomas, Gridley Wright, and Palmer Fields. The goalie being Cole Hansen, a senior. So the teams are going to line up here before the game. And any first thoughts on a player to watch, maybe? Player to watch from each line?
From each line for the Cats, I have to go with, on defense, Charlie Trentz. I mean, what a guy. Going to go play college ball at Notre Dame. I mean, this guy is all over. He's got his heart into every sport he plays, especially lacrosse. He's good at every sport he plays. He's so athletic, and he's going to fight till the end. You always have to look at the goalie, William Hudson. He's a guy who is also going to college to play, and this is a guy who is really sharp in the goal. He's gonna block everything. I can't say that, but he's gonna block everything that's worth saving. In attack, I have to go with Blake Davis. This is a tall guy. He can get around the goalie. He can be shifty, and he can put the ball in the net. And then on this midfield line, I'd have to go with the senior Cole Haverty. He's such a good senior to have on this team and really athletic. He's insanely fast, and he can work the ball around and get good shots.
So Allatoona wins the face-off, and they're now going to work it around. And Ryan, a lot of motion involved in lacrosse offensively. Got to work the ball around, work the defense. The Cats do it really well. And I'm expecting an undefeated team coming in like Allatoona is going to do just the same.
Yeah, definitely. On both sides of the ball, you're going to see a lot of cuts. You're going to see a lot of motion. As you see Charlie Trentz get his first one-on-one attacker of the night, you're going to see a lot of that. People are going to try to take him, but he's definitely one of the best ones to have.
And now Allatoona is going to try to go at Cole Haverty, but they're going to keep swinging the ball around. Down to Trevor Stewart.
Good save there by William Hudson. Not really too much of a threat, but good heads-up play to pick up the ball there and clear it. As Westminster's going to work down, we're going to see our first look at the attack.
And Bennett, you mentioned on the attack that Blake Davis is going to be one player to watch. I think really it's the combination of Blake Davis and Tripp Ray. Those two guys are going to work off of each other all night long. You're going to see a lot of looks from both guys, and they're definitely going to work together along with the sophomore Cope Fritz Harris to really get some good looks for the Cats this evening.
And now the Cats are going to sit back and work it around. Just shredding apart the defense. 5 Ash can go down. Fitz Harris down to the back of the goal.
A good slide there by number 33 for Allatoona. Trent Thomas able to defuse that before Westminster was able to get anything going.
And now Allatoona is going to come on the attack. And they're attacking right off the get-go with Danny Tesler, but he's going to be patient and work it down.
You haven't been able to see it on your screen, but on the bottom of the field, these first couple possessions, Colin Speed and Jack Patton of Westminster have already been trading off. Collins has been playing on the defensive end. At the moment the Cats gain possession the first time, Jack's checking right back in to get another attacker onto the field. That's something Tony Souza really likes to do a lot with his players. He likes to sub people out the moment possession changes, and that's something to watch later in this game.
And there's a goal from Allatoona, number 2, Bennett Jarrett, the senior, and not the start the Cats wanted.
He went in on Josh Jolin. He was able to shake Josh and able to get, a split-second shot off. That's what all lacrosse is about, is getting that, less than a second time to get a shot off, because a defender like Charlie Trentz is going to slide over and nail you. But good playing there by Allatoona.
And number 8, Tatum, going to work it down, and Allatoona is going to send in some new players to get this. Oh, and he slipped.
Good work there by Josh Jolin with those little poke checks there. A little bit of slap checks as well. Just keeping number 2, Bennett Jarrett, in check.
Notice so far how far out the Westminster defenders come. They're definitely a team that doesn't really like to sit back and let the attack work their stuff. They really like to come out and pressure and try to take the ball away rather than waiting for the offense to come to them. As Charlie Trentz tries to D up his man, and a great save by William Hudson.
William Hudson, experienced goalie, going to Holy Cross next year for lacrosse. And now Will Fitzharris going to bring it down to Hamilton. Hamilton to Davis. Davis to Cope Fitzharris. And now Tripp Ray is going to try to go to work. Blake Davis is going to line one up. Just over the bar. The Cats will retain possession with Cope Fitzharris.
And that whole first possession was really created by William Hudson. Not only is he great at making the save in the goal, but he's also great at creating offensive opportunities for his team off the clears and getting the ball to the midfielders into the attack and try to set up good offense.
And now Farley's going to take it up top, and he's going to try to go to work. Can't quite get it, but Fitzharris will retain possession. He's going to work it up to Hamilton. Tripp Ray over to Hamilton, who brings it back to Chase Williams, who has one of the fastest shots on the team, if not the fastest. Farley trying to work Turner Cockrell, but that's not going to work. And the Cats just being patient.
There you see there you see Chase Williams fire a laser. In case you don't understand, in lacrosse, off of a shot, should it be missed, the closest team to the end line when the ball goes out of bounds does retain possession. So even if it was off Westminster as it was there, they could still retain possession.
And Chase Williams just taking some shots. Wildcats just going to stay on offense right now. Just looking to work down this Allatoona defense. And Blake Davis, goal, a great play from the Wildcats. And you could count your chickens there before they even hatched.
That was
Blake Davis, great goal.
It's the first time we've seen Trip Ray looking for Blake Davis. Trip Ray just got the ball right off the whistle, passed it immediately to Davis, and Davis put it in the back of the net. Those two are really going to exchange off each other all night long. We saw the first example of it with that goal.
One thing it'll be good to see here is see if Harrison can win this face-off. Allatoona really doing well with the face-offs, and there they go with their third face-off win. And that's something the Cats need to work on if they're going to go, if they're going to want possession going into the rest of this game.
Allatoona looking to have a face-off specialist, Danny Tesler. Now, he may not be a Crosby Matthews from Lovett, but he's definitely pretty good at face-offs, as you said, won the first 3 so far.
Yeah, that's not going to work on Charlie Trentz. Charlie Trentz is going to body you up and make sure you do not get down that lane.
Yeah, that's what I like to call the Trentz factor. He really likes to come out people, give a lot of pressure, and if you're a midfielder trying to go from the top on Charlie Trentz, it's probably not going to work. He's going to give you what you don't want. He's going to shut you down, and the Cats are going to get possession like they just did there.
Just a little lapse in judgment as Allatoona player walked out of bounds, and Cats are going to get a chance to set up the attack here.
Haverty up top, gonna down to Trip Ray, who launches one. Soars over the goal, but Westminster will keep it. Patton down to Trip Ray, and the Cats just gonna work it around. And a great goal from Cole Haverty. Lines it up. Back of the net.
And Jack, that is a laser. You know when Cole Haverty is going to get a chance to line up like that you have a pretty good opportunity of that ball going in the back of the net. That is a very quick shot and really hard for goalies to save.
It was a textbook motion offense play there by the Wildcats. Trip Ray ended up with the ball behind the net, and there were two people going right down the middle, and the defenders really didn't know which one the ball was going to. It ended up in Cole Haverty's stick, and then the rest was just Cole Haverty putting it in the back of the net.
And Souza sent in Rue Usi, the face-off specialist, to battle Danny Tesler, and Usi won the battle that time. And Chase Williams having a little trouble keeping the ball, and just kind of threw it away. So now Allatoona will gain possession. A little bit dangerous there. Now I'm joined by two former lacrosse players, Bennett Uramidi and Ryan playing the attack. Now, Ryan, what was it like just kind of waiting for the ball to come back on the other end?
Well, at times you would think that it seems a bit boring back there, but in fact you have to be alert at all times because you never know. Lacrosse is a sport where possession can change very quickly, and you got to be really alert, ready to get the ball, and ready to play defense too. Like if you take a shot and then the defense gets the ball, you have to ride. You have to make sure that you're playing in every second of the game, even if the ball's not on your half of the field.
It's a lot of patience in lacrosse, especially for the attack and defense. But Trent's is taking it upon himself to go up.
And just for you guys back at home, you are allowed to do that as long as a middie stays back. So if a defender does have the ball and wants to clear it, he can run up. But a guy like Chase Williams would have to stay back and make sure you always have 3 guys in the defensive.
It does not matter which 3 guys you have on the defensive side of the field as long as there are 3, as Allatoona is going to get the possession back here.
Blake Davis trying to chase him down. Allatoona will go just the same as Charlie Trent's defender went into the attacking half. And Neil Brown is trying to go at Rain Schamberger, which I really do not suggest. One way to put it would just be brick wall. Another would be human eraser. It's your choice.
Yeah, he is a great guy, especially to have as a junior, someone who's going to come back next year as a senior. I mean, this guy's already committed to Loyola. I mean, and I apologize, he's not.
Committed to Duke.
Committed to Duke. I knew Loyola was on the table, but but still, Duke, a wonderful lacrosse program, and
that is for sure. And number 28, Matthew Ramsey. Great hustle play. It's now going to come off, and Patton's going to come on. So great hustle play from a senior who doesn't see a ton of minutes. That's exactly what you need for
fresh
a team.
Legs.
Exactly. Especially in the midfield. Bennett, you know a lot about the midfield. Run and up and back and forth. Subs are pretty much a necessity in the midfield.
Exactly, and especially, I mean, you're running up and down. You're trying to haul. You got to get back on defense. You got to be able to attack as well. So, I mean, you're also the ball carrier. It's a really hard position. I mean, I'm not underplaying any other position, but you're constantly running as a midfielder. And one of the reasons why I do not play lacrosse anymore is because I don't think I was cut out for that much running. But I mean,
it's tough.
It's really tough, and especially when. But it's really nice to have a good coach who knows when to take you out and when to put in the right guys. So, you'll see middies come in just for attack, see middies come in just for defense, because there's a lot of defensive middies and a lot of attacking middies.
Great pass, great goal. Unbelievable play there from the Cats.
Trip Ray to Blake Davis for the second time tonight.
I tell you, Blake Davis just made that look easy. Right in the top corner. Some would say top shed. I'm not a lacrosse player, so I wouldn't. But Bennett, you can say it. You can say it if you want to. Or Ryan. Former lacrosse players, I guess you can say it.
I mean, I'm just going to go top shelf.
Top shelf works. Any way you want to say it. Great shot. And Rue wins that face-off, and Farley will take it in. So after Allatoona scoring, there's about 5 seconds left. And that's not going to go, so that'll be the end of your first quarter. The score, Westminster Wildcats 3, Allatoona 1. And guys, after an Allatoona goal to start the game, the Cats have shown their resiliency and came out strong to get a 2-goal lead going into the second quarter.
Exactly, and you have to attribute that to all sides of the ball. All sides really playing well, especially on defense. Charlie Trent's really doing well. Rain Schamberger, Josh Dolan got scored on early in the game, but since then has been playing really well. The guys are really getting their slides down, checking bodies, applying good pressure, and then you talk about the middies doing a great job getting the ball down to the attack and also working the ball around. And you talk about on the attack, Trip Ray, Blake Davis. I mean, you can't say enough about them. Really, that duo that is doing really well on attack right now.
And already in this first quarter, we've seen something that has really been the story of Westminster lacrosse over the past 3 years. This group of seniors has been leading this team since really their sophomore year, and they've been down a lot, and they've had to come back a lot of times. And that adversity we've already seen in this game, giving up that first goal and having to fight back even in the first quarter, that's something that this group of seniors has been through a ton together, and they're definitely not going to slow down on that aspect as we're closing out this season.
These guys are looking for a state championship. They're not getting it last year after a loss to Lovett in the semifinals. These guys are looking for a little bit of revenge. Now in 3A, they don't have to. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Lacrosse is actually only a 5A and 6A sport, so they will have to play Lovett again, seeing as though they are still in 5A. But they're looking for a state championship.
We'll talk about looking for state championships in spring. That is something the Wildcats do very well. I mean, you got a lot of talk about. You got tennis, you got golf, you got soccer. I mean, you could lacrosse.
In the spring of 2013, I believe there were 11 Westminster teams that won state titles in spring sports alone. That was the year that Westminster was voted to be the #1 athletic program in the country. So the whole athletics department, as Coach Fitzharris gets a shot.
I believe that was right off of.
Great passing from the Cats.
Yes, and I believe that it was right off of Cole Hansen's knee, and I can tell you that hurts. I played goalie when I was a little younger. I mean, this guy is a lot older, but still, I mean, when you take a shot to the knee, it's not the best experience in your life.
No, happens a few times in soccer too. Definitely painful experience.
And apart from that first goal that the Allatoona Buccaneers were able to score, the Westminster defense has been rock solid. The Allatoona attack has not been able to really get their dodges down in the midfield, hasn't been able to generate much offense. William Hudson has played an exceptional game apart from that very first goal that he gave up.
And Allatoona trying to get Danny Tesler as many touches as they can, who's on the ball right now. And he's going to work it around. And he gets by speed and a great save from William Hudson. Excuse me, that was not speed. That was Josh Dolan. And now Haverty in open field. That's dangerous. Going to work it. And Cope Fitzharris can't get it to go. Unlucky break once again. And now it's going to go back and forth, and this is when it's going to be tiresome. Allatoona work it around, and now they're going to slow it down.
That last rush by the Wildcats was really set up by a beautiful save by William Hudson. And great, then an outlet to Harrison Fiveash, who gave it off to Haverty, who set up the fast break. As Charlie Trentz gets one of his usual strips, and he'll take it up the field.
Oh. Josh Dolan with the good defense. Charlie Trentz picks up the ball, and it's chain reaction. Cats are now down on the other end. Great pass, great catch, great goal from Cope Fitzharris. Unbelievable. Cats are just putting on a clinic right now, and the sophomore Cope Fitzharris finishes off. Great ball work, great teamwork. That's exactly what you love to see from the Cats.
And you got to credit that look from Blake Davis, and then especially that catch from Cope Fitzharris. He hopped up there, snagged that ball, and was able to get back down on his feet and fire off a very quick shot. And just textbook offense and great looks.
You know, Fitzharris twins are really... excuse...
Looks like the Allatoona Buccaneers took a timeout after that goal. They're now down 4-1, and the Westminster team is clicking on all cylinders here. Looks like we're going to have a face-off here, and Rue UC with a violation. And the Allatoona Buccaneers will take it off the draw.
Excuse me for taking a break. I was muted by Bennett Porson. And Schamberger's now got him in the corner. He's got nowhere to go.
Some exceptional pressure there by Rain Schamberger.
And Trevor Glogly in the game for the Cats. And Allatoona with the goal. So your score is now 4-2.
That was really the first time that the Allatoona Buccaneers midfield has been able to blow by the Westminster midfielders. Just really able to get a good shot in there on William Hudson.
So Allatoona fights back a little bit. Not usually much resistance for the Cats. And Cole Haverty scoops it up. And a goal, Trip Ray. I tell you, right when Allatoona gets back in the game, the Cats once again give them buckets. So your score now 5-2.
Yeah, the Westminster attack's really clicking on all cylinders right now between Trip Ray, Blake Davis, and Cope Harris. Those three guys have been working together. They've been moving the ball around. They've been getting exceptional looks, and they've been putting the ball in the back of the net. They're now out to a 5-2 lead. About 8:20 left.
And Rui Usi wins the faceoff again, and Chase Williams comes sprinting down the field. And he's going to get it over to Farley. We'll get it down to Ray.
And the early...
Excuse me, you can get...
The early adjustment made by Tony Souza. Harrison Fiveash lost a couple of faceoffs to start the game. Coach Souza went to Rue UC as we see Trip Ray to Cope Fitzharris again.
That was really too easy for the Cats that time. Cope Fitzharris, great positioning. Right when Trip Ray beats his man across the goal, hits Fitzharris, who's right in front of the goal in the right place, and just a clinical finish. So the Cats really putting it on Allatoona here. And I believe it is 6-2 now. And we are going to be rejoined by Bennett Porson after his brief stint in the career field of PA. Bennett, how was it?
It was interesting out there. They had two cars that needed to be towed, and I was the one who had to break the bad news. So I was out there, just let them know whose car they were.
Got to make a public service announcement when it's needed.
Exactly.
I mean, Bennett Porson serving the community in different ways. Really doing his part.
While I was gone, how about some great lacrosse there, especially with 2 goals by the Cats, responding to that one goal from Allatoona.
And Usi will be out there again for the face-off.
He's doing a great job right now. After losing a few in the beginning, he's really turned it on.
And once again, Usi gets it, and Farley just taken off. And after Danny Tesler was winning a lot of the face-offs, Usi let him know that he was always there. Davis shot just wide.
With the ball now, we see our first look at sophomore Austin Hudson, son of defensive coach Kevin Hudson. He gives it off to Blake Davis.
Trip Ray high over the goal. The Cats will keep it. Blake Davis to Austin Hudson, who rips one. Nice goal. Great shot from Austin Hudson, just as you said, coming in the game. And I can tell you, I've actually played with him, believe it or not. I did play a year of lacrosse, and he was unbelievable. And, I mean, he's not even starting. That tells you how good this team is. That time, great goal. He's lived a life of lacrosse. It's really a love of his, and that time paying off with a nice, experienced goal.
And you do talk about playing with these guys. I played with some of them a few years back. I was not the best on the team because, obviously I was playing with all these guys, and when I also say that, I also was not good. But these guys are guys who've been playing their entire lives. They have such a love for the sport. I played with Jack Patton, Austin Hudson, Tyler Bass, the backup goalie, and he would not be backing up if he didn't have such a great goalie with William Hudson. But these guys are just really good. It'll be great to see them coming up in a few years. Only sophomores now, and they're going to be great talent to have their junior and senior years. Yeah,
I got a chance to play with this entire sophomore class in 7th grade. I was on the 7th and 8th grade team, and the combination of Austin and Jack leading the attack that year was a really great thing to have as we get another goal from the Wildcats. They are firing on all cylinders right now.
Coach Fitzharris is really, it's amazing. He and his brother Will are both pretty quiet guys. They're not going to necessarily come up to you and say, hey, in the halls. But let me tell you, these are some guys that probably live by the motto, actions speak louder than words, because Coach Fitzharris is putting on a show right now on how to play the game of lacrosse. And, of course, I say that with the fact in mind that we've got a pretty good team around him. One of the best in the state, for sure. And now Blake Davis is going to look to attack, and the Cats will work it around.
Cats really sharing the wealth in this first half. 8 goals so far, but not one guy has done it all. Blake Davis has really been in on the action thus far, and Rui Yusi's contributed greatly off the face-off. As Davis takes another fast shot. The Cats are moving the ball around. A lot of people are getting opportunities. They're really making it a team effort.
And I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was away, but did you guys mention the change in goalie for Allatoona?
We did not. That's a good catch.
Jerry Wilson, number 13, he's actually a freshman. They switched him out, I guess, last time out, but he came in for Cole Hansen at the goalie position. He is a senior, but looking at a new freshman goalie right now.
And that is Trip Ray. So this is getting out of hand a little bit here, 9-2. With the Cats, and I'll tell you, even if you've got a great defense and you're going up against the Cats, you're gonna have to go at the attackers for the Wildcats consistently and often, because these guys from Westminster in the defense are just animals.
Yeah, we mentioned the pressure that Westminster provides on the defensive end. Allatoona so far in this game has been doing just the opposite. They've really been sitting back, letting Westminster kind of run what they want, and so far it's hurt them a lot, giving up 9 goals in the first half. if you're going to stop the Wildcats, you have got to provide a ton of pressure. You see an incredible knockdown there by Rain Schamberger. Looks like he's going to take it up the field himself.
And Schamberger's going to go. And he might even shoot this. Oh. All the Cats looking to get in on the action. And the senior defender, Henry Hasbrook, has come in for the Cats. Talk about coming in off the bench. Hasbrook is committed.
That's just how deep this team is.
This team is so deep that you've got someone that's playing as your fourth or fifth defender who's going to Rhodes next year to play. I know Henry pretty well. I've known him my whole life. You see another goal here. The Wildcats offense. It's just Allatoona, an undefeated team. He's got a notoriously very solid defense. He's looking a little stunned right now. Down by 8 goals. There's still 4.5 minutes to play in the first half.
And they are taking out Jerry Wilson, the freshman goalie. There you see him right now. And bringing back in Cole Hansen in goal. See if maybe they can get some sort of stop on defense, because they just cannot seem to stop the Cats right now, playing very great lacrosse.
And Ruusi is not able to get that one away from Danny Tesler. And Farley will come on in his place. So now Allatoona going to get an offensive possession, which really hasn't happened in a while.
And Ruusi wasn't able to get that last face-off, but at the beginning of the game, Harrison Five-Ash lost a couple of face-offs, and it looked like the first couple of possessions, the momentum was in the favor of Allatoona, but Coach Tony Souza made that switch early on, gave it to Ruusi, and he's been initiating the offense so far the rest of this first half and generating really 10 goals for the Wildcats. We have a flag now.
And Josh Dolan going to come on as the Cats will be a man down. Charlie Trentz gets flagged there. And now the Wildcats will have to show off their man down defense, something that they definitely practice a lot situationally. And Allatoona's got to be patient here. You need a goal from man down.
In a man down situation, the Cats like to run 4 long sticks. Colin Speed is a long stick midi, so he will be coming up, I believe. But you run 4 long sticks, and a guy like Chase Williams, who can really run with the ball and get the ball out when they do clear it.
And if there's a group of guys that you really trust in a man-down situation, it's this group of defenders for Westminster. I mean, Charlie Trentz is out right now, but it's just if one goes out, you just bring in the other. Josh Dolan replaces him on this man down. You've got a group of guys here in Henry Hasbrook, Josh Dolan, Colin Speed, Rain Schamberger, and Chase Williams, and that's one of the solidest man-down teams you can have in the entire state, I believe.
And the Cats will win it on a man down. And now Chase Evans is just going to outrun his man. There's not really much debate there. And he's going to come in to go on the attack while the Cats are a man down.
The Cats just really working this ball around, waiting for this penalty to expire. And if they do get the look they want, they will take a shot. But here we go. As the penalty expires, Jack Patton's going to come in for the midi position.
And a good shot from Patton. This time stopped by Cole Hansen, and Allatoona will attempt to go on the attack with the Cats back to their usual numbers.
This is a point where Allatoona is going to need a goal. Going in as the clock is ticking down, going into the halftime with a minute 30. They're going to need a goal here or a few goals to get a little momentum going into the rest of the game.
And that time Hasbrook. And another flag is going to be thrown. This time on Hasbrook. So now the Cats once again get to practice their man-down defense.
They're going to call Hasbrook there with the hold. I believe that is a 30-second, maybe a minute.
Yes.
30 seconds?
It's in the 30-second, I believe.
Westminster right back into their man-down set. For the Allatoona Buccaneers, a goal here would be crucial to get some momentum back before the half. But when you've got a guy like Charlie Trentz that can make strips like that, it could prove to be difficult.
And we are back to regular numbers here, all even.
And Five Ash is actually on the sideline right now with a gear malfunction. Someone who would be heavily missed if he would have to sit out some more of this game. And a great defensive play from Trentz, who looked to hurt his ankle on the play. And Chase Williams is just going to take his man in the open field.
10 seconds left in the half. Williams going to rip a shot.
And you're going to have 8.5 seconds left in the half, which I'm going to go ahead and say is plenty of time for the Cats to get off a good look. And Trip Ray, and a timeout's going to be called, I believe, by Coach Souza, Tony Souza. And with that, our score is 10-2 with a little over 3.5 seconds left, which I think there needs to be some more time on. But guys, when we have a break, talk about the senior leadership from this lacrosse team. You look just across the board, you've got 2 senior attackers, at least starters. You got Cole Haverty, Harrison Five Ash, 2 seniors. Then you got 3 seniors in the defense. And you got 3 defenders. Charlie Trentz, Josh Dolan. I would just...
And out of this timeout here, I would believe the Wildcats would look for one of 2 things. Either a big shot from a midfielder from the top of the box, or something with either Trip Ray or Blake Davis going towards the net.
So the Cats are going to come out with 5 seconds left.
Cats looking to have a 9-goal lead after this quarter's over.
And he's going to go to work. Oh my gosh.
There it was. Blake Davis streaking across the middle of the field. Trip Ray hits him. Davis fires it in the bottom corner of the net, and the Cats go up 11-2 at the break. And the Allatoona Buccaneers look absolutely stunned at this score at halftime.
And you can't say enough about this Westminster attack. You saw right there just how fast they can be. With 5 seconds left, you know, usually you won't have any opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net. With these guys, they're fast-paced. You know, they're firing on all cylinders right now and able to get a shot off. 9-goal lead going into halftime.
And with that, your score is 11-2. 9-goal lead for the Cats at halftime over the Allatoona Buccaneers. we are going to take a short halftime break before we catch you again for the start of second half action. And we'll be right back. And welcome back to Alfred E. Thompson Stadium. Jack Schlafly, Bennett Porson, and Ryan Costley here to give you some second half action. And in case you missed the first half, Allatoona got out to a 1-0 lead to start the game, and then it was all Wildcats. And the face-off won by Rue Usi. And Cole Haverty going to hit it in. Dangerous play. And going to be scooped up by Schamberger. Cole Haverty, nice playing there. And now the Cats are going to go on the attack. 5-ash. And you can see William Hudson right there. As we've already mentioned, going to Holy Cross to play goalie. And an experienced senior. Got a lot of time under his belt. And Jack Patton will head start the attack for the Cats.
Harrison 5-ash, who just took that shot, had a little bit of a gear malfunction, didn't play for a big majority of the first half, but has a new helmet for this half. And he's a senior midfielder that really needed to lead this team. Blake Davis is going to scoop it up there.
So a little bit of a slow start from the Cats. And good look from Coach Fitzharris. Cole Haverty, nice save that time from Cole Hansen. And now Allatoona will get out and go. Cole Hansen given a tough job here today.
Yeah, they tried to lay it off to Jerry Wilson, the freshman who played goalie for a little while. Didn't like how he was playing, so they brought back in Cole Hansen, and ever since he's back in, he's only let in one shot. But see how he plays the second half as the Cats continue to throw shots at him. And now Allatoona getting a chance to work around their attack. Ball at X right now, trying to work it around, run some plays, get the ball inside, and work on William Hudson.
And in the first half, the Westminster Wildcats were very high tempo. They looked for a lot of shots very quickly, early in possessions. Expect to see a little less of that this second half. Maybe take some time on the offense, settle things down a little bit, and run a lot more clock. Try to shorten this game and not give Allatoona any chances to erupt and come back.
And the Buccaneers just trying to work it around. And this time, Carson Sorrells will go for the shot, which soars high over the bar. But Allatoona will retain possession.
Good lift check there by Charlie Trentz to make sure Allatoona wasn't able to get you see him right there. Make sure Allatoona wasn't able to get a good quality shot off.
And a save from William Hudson.
Can't really say enough about him this game. Playing solidly in that goal, only letting in 2 shots so far. So obviously a key figure on this team and showing it tonight.
And dangerous play that will get out of bounds. So an unnecessary turnover from the Cats. Chase Williams just having to deal with a pretty tough one-hopper, and he wasn't able to get it. So now Allatoona will try to crack the code once again.
Great slide there by Charlie Trentz to get a body. I believe that was Danny Tesler who tried to take a shot, but again, great slide there. This Westminster D, great at sliding and making sure that there's not an open hole.
Great goalie play right now from Cole Hansen, stopping a lot of shots. You see Trip Ray right there who tried to launch one, and Blake Davis, who's going to miss. Cope Fitzharris will retain possession for the Cats.
Two things that have really changed since that first half. So far, Cole Hansen playing a really solid second half. Granted, it's only been 2:30, but still, some solid saves in the goal. And then also, one thing I've noticed is the pressure that Allatoona is now playing, giving more pressure. Oh, and the great shot there by Jack Patton, able to get out and take a nice rip. And that was top corner.
Ooh.
And Cole Hansen not able to get a good stick on that one.
Jack Patton's a player who has this quickness and athleticism to play attack. He can make quick dodges and get to the net from behind the goal, but he's also, as we've seen in this game, has the endurance and speed to play midfield, and we've seen him a lot at Midi tonight. He's definitely a versatile guy, only a sophomore, that the Cats are going to use for a long time here.
And just as I was saying that Allatoona was putting more pressure on these attacking middies, Jack Patton is able to get a nice open look and put it in the net.
So right off the face-off, Allatoona gets a shot that goes barely wide, and now they will attempt to crack the code, solve the Rubik's Cube, whatever you want to say. It is a tough task to beat this Cats defense.
Yeah, a lot of times offenses will get frustrated against the Wildcat defense and they'll start taking lazy shots, which when you've got a goaltender like William Hudson, that is not going to work. He's going to swallow all of those up.
And unforced error.
Little miscommunication there. And a high-flying ball that just went out the back. And Westminster going to get a chance.
Oh.
Catching some ankles. Number 17, Neil Brown, hitting the dirt. Off a good move there from number 7 for the Wildcats.
Trevor Galogli with an impressive move there.
And Austin Hudson now with the rock. He's going to give it over to the other Fitzharris, Will Fitzharris. I really shouldn't say the other, because both these guys are incredibly impressive. Two guys that came to Westminster last year. Heard a little bit about them, but didn't know exactly what they were about. And some numbers for Allatoona. Ball work and a great save from William Hudson. Just when you get numbers and you have an advantage, you still can't get anything easy.
Good slap check there by number 2, Bennett Jarrett for Allatoona. Ball just rolls out of bounds. And Allatoona going to get another chance to work on this Westminster defense and this Westminster goalie that have been playing so well tonight.
Great pressure here from the Wildcat defense.
I'm now being told to talk, so that is what I'm here to do. So it's fair enough. There's Rains Schamberger, just absolutely. Oh my gosh, this is just absurd. This is absolutely absurd.
Beautiful outlet there by William Hudson, as Will Fitzharris with his speed brings it down. Trip Ray tries to find Will's brother Cope.
And a great save, Cole Hansen. And they're going to throw a flag. So while we have some time, I'd like to ask you guys, what do you guys thought of the NBA playoffs? The Atlanta Hawks are the 1 seed in the East. This has not happened in a long time. And I don't know about you guys, but I am incredibly excited about basketball in Atlanta. And honestly, Georgia Tech hasn't been very good in a while. I'm not even a Georgia Tech fan, so even if they were good, I wouldn't be excited. But, Atlanta's just popping with excitement right now.
It's about time we have a good sports team in Atlanta.
Gosh. We had a good sports team, and then they lost and choked.
In?
The Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we were beating the 49ers at our own place, and we choked.
You talk about the Braves last year, too. They had a solid team, just not able to finish it.
Yeah, Braves
again.
have had some struggles in the playoffs recently.
What Atlanta team does not have struggles in the playoffs?
All right, that's true. But you know what? The Hawks are a new team, and it's a new time. Great pass. Great goal.
It was a really, really, really patient extra man set for the Wildcats and moved the ball around. I think every player touched the ball. Then ended up defense got a little frustrated, rushed a little bit. Cats made him pay with Trip Ray with a beautiful cross pass to Blake Davis, who put it in the back of the net for what I believe is Blake Davis' 4th goal of the night. 3 of them on assists from Trip Ray.
And it looks like some of the starters are going to take a break. And the face-off still up for grabs. And
a lot of sticks in there. People trying to come up with the ball. But Allatoona is going to get it and get a chance to work some attack, get a goal on the board going into the 4th quarter. Try and see, because lacrosse is a game where if one team really starts getting hot, they can really get it going. They can get a lot of goals. So if they can get some momentum here, and see if they can get past this Westminster defense, which is looking like a tough feat, we could be looking at a little closer ball game.
And Neil Brown's trying to work Schamberger, which really, you can't really say just avoid Schamberger, because then there are 2 other guys.
Who are you going to go to then? Charlie Trent's? No.
All right. There's 3
Josh
defenders.
Dolan? No.
Try to avoid Trent's. Well, that leaves you with Schamberger. Try to avoid Schamberger. Don't want to take Dolan. You end up with guys coming off the bench like Henry Hasbrook. This Westminster defense is one of the best in the business.
Inside to Chase. Just a little high there. Little early release, and that's going to go over the top of the goal, but still a good look. And that is a fast shot, especially going at that goalie.
And that'll be the end of the 3rd period. Your score 13-2. So 2 goals scored by the Cats there in the 3rd quarter. No goals scored by Allatoona. It's kind of looking like it may rain here. It may just be getting dark. That's also a possibility. But there's also a chance of rain. And rain and lacrosse are 2 things that when they mix together provides a pretty intense atmosphere. We don't have the greatest history of lacrosse and rain. We lost to Lovett last year in a tough game. Talk about Lovett. They always have a very good team. We got them this year actually at their place.
Supposed to be here, but still.
Yeah, it rained, and they have turf. So that was definitely. And Rui Usi's going to come out to take the face-off for the Cats. And Allatoona, really, if they want any part in winning this game, they have to get going right off the bat. Quick goal is the only way. And I mean, it almost seems impossible with the defense that the Cats have, but it can happen.
And you talk about this is a good Allatoona team. They're only 1 loss coming out of state from a team from Tennessee, McCauley. But
Macaulay's good. Excuse
yes.
me. Macaulay's very good.
They did lose to Macaulay. However, besides that, they are undefeated and in 5A, and won last week, or not last week, but on the 20th of this month. I believe that was Tuesday.
Believe the 20th was Tuesday. Yes.
And and they beat Lassiter in an overtime game, and Lassiter is a good team. So I mean, this is Westminster going up against a very tough team, and I mean you're still looking at a score of 13-2.
And you can hear the fathers of the Westminster players not happy with that call.
I apologize. The 20th was a Monday.
20th was a Monday. You learn something new every day. And that's something that I've learned today. Because it's really, honestly, it's really hard to keep track of the number. You know, I always be like, oh, what day is it? And someone would be like, it's Tuesday. Like, I know it's Tuesday. Like, what number day is it? Like, do people ever just think like, well, I'm gonna actually tell him the number day first because I know that's what he's asking. Like,
well, there's definitely some people who do that, but
all right, well, they're the few and the proud, okay? Because most people that I ask are always, you know, people are just like, oh, it's Wednesday. It's like yeah, I know it's Wednesday. Actually, that's not for sure. I don't always know what day it is.
That's true. Sometimes
but
it's
usually
like
you know if it's Wednesday. Like they're like. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are days where you're like, well, no.
Sometimes it's Tuesday and you just feel like it's Thursday.
No,
and you realize you're in
Thursday,
for a long week.
Thursday catches me the worst. I think it's Thursday, and it's like a sunny day out, like nice weather. It's like, wow, you know, I'm gonna go home and like play some 2K when I get home. 'Cause it's the weekend. Like, no, it's not the weekend. It's Thursday, and the joke's on me because I have a chemistry test the next day. Like.
Why are you playing 2K on a nice day?
Why am I playing 2K on a nice day? Because it started raining at 4 o'clock, okay?
Back to Lacrosse. Some good action here. And a great save there by Cole Hansen.
Blake Davis with an exceptional and close shot in there. Trip Ray's going to try to dodge from the top. And beautiful shot there by Cope for Terrace. Off a feed from Trip Ray.
And I do apologize. What a wonderful shot there. However, I apologize. I did say it was Cole Hansen. However, Allatoona has made another goalie change.
They have their third goalie in?
Third goalie in. They're going with Jay Molander. He's a goalie. He's a junior, number 16. And he just let a goal in right there. But you can't say enough about this Cats team. I mean, they're playing well on all sides of the ball. Especially coming back, you know, Allatoona was hot going off the start. You know, they got the 1-0 lead, but I mean, credits to the Cats for coming back and I mean having a lead like this and against such a high caliber opponent.
Yeah, Trip Ray hasn't put the ball in the net as much tonight, but he has really been involved in the offensive end. He's up to 5 or 6 assists, 3 of them to Blake Davis. He's definitely been involved in the offense. Allatoona's going to try to get a rush ahead here. That's going to be difficult against this rock-solid Cats defense.
And I mean, you talk about the defense. The 3 starters for the Cats are still in the game. Because really, if you put the guys off the bench in the game, I hate to say it, but it's not going to get much easier.
Number 8, Levi Lassiter, coming on for attack, and he's going to get a round of applause from this fan base here.
Great guy.
Yes, great.
Definitely deserves this opportunity.
And a great crowd tonight. A lot of students, a lot of parents, and just almost a packed stadium for tonight's game.
And Jack Patton is now going to be playing attack as well. Chase Williams. Oh my goodness. Tried to push him over. It doesn't really work.
Man's got some wheels too.
Patton over.
And Levi Lassiter with a successful shot there. Levi, a senior on this team, doesn't see a ton of minutes, but he's a great guy, great teammate, an incredible member of this program.
And the best part is that Levi knew he was going to get hit. He knew that the minute that ball leaves his stick, he was going to get it. but yet he stood strong. He put that ball in the net, and then he got it. But able to get up and celebrate a goal.
And Tyler Bass is now in the game for the Cats, the sophomore. And Bennett, you talked about it. You've played with him. I mean, Tyler Bass is coming off the bench. He's a great goalie, and I would not be surprised.
I remember back in 8th grade, this man, he was in goal most of the game, and he was playing a solid game. All right.
Hold on, timeout. Story time with Bennett. All right, continue your story.
Anyways, Tyler Bass is playing a solid game. All right, and you know what? He's like, I want to play attack. So guess what he did? He went out there and played attack and got a goal, might I add, on attack.
And let me tell you, those are the guys that are coming off the bench for Westminster.
And
hold on, did he score a goal with his goalie stick?
No, I wish.
Oh, that would have been absurdity.
Yeah, Jack Patton was in goal.
Jack Patton, he probably. Gosh,
that was a fun game. I remember that. I mean,
if Jack Patton ends up in goal and Tyler Bass ends up scoring a goal, you
know you were up by a lot.
You know you're having a good time.
And so we're gonna get a look at Tyler Bass here. He played a lot of games in the beginning of the season, especially while William Hudson was battling a little bit of injuries during the beginning of the season. However, since he's been back, Tyler has come back into the second position, but we're seeing him tonight. But the Cats are going to get a chance to work it around here on Allatoona.
And Malin Linder and Matthew Ramsey are going to come into the game. And Malin Linder and Matthew Ramsey, both seniors. Two more great guys.
Wonderful guys. I mean, hey, and Malin is a guy who really works hard. I mean, if you don't see him in class or at FMF or FCA, he is in the gym getting big.
Seriously. And number 11, Ollie Bogus, coming to the game for the Cats, a junior who is very solid. And that time the ball is picked off by Allatoona.
Robin Seeds checks into the game. Another senior defender. Under 6 minutes in the game now. Wildcats can try to close this one out.
And Brandenburg misses wide on Tyler Bass. And Allatoona trying to get a good look here. Seems like a team like Westminster can just deflate your attitude. And Allatoona really can't take this mindset with them to the playoffs, excuse me. Because, I mean, this Westminster team is just talented across the board. And you can't. Great save that time from Tyler Bass. Got to be pumped about that. Tyler Bass did a great play.
And that was a great shot there. He went low on Tyler, but Tyler able to step up and get that one.
And that time, Lassiter can't quite get it.
Great slide there.
And Gridley Wright is going to push it for Allatoona.
Going back to that last play, great slide there by Brendan Seaman. Able to slide over in there and get the body on Levi.
And Matthew Ramsey.
Ooh. Apologize, a little bit of technical difficulties with our mics.
And Austin will Take it out, give it to Gologly. We'll look to work it around. And Lassiter will corral it. The Cats. There you see WCAT's own Wesley Milner. He was actually eating some Skittles. You can't blame him. Skittles are great.
He was supposed to be up here with the booth with us tonight.
I was not expecting that shot of Wesley Milner, but I liked it.
I mean,
flashes of Wesley Milner in your daily life are by no means unhealthy. Excuse me.
I'm being learned that shot was actually accidental, but still.
You know what? Everything happens for a reason. Wesley Milner was shown tonight on the broadcast for a reason, as Allatoona.
Great play there by Trent Thomas, able to get a good slap check on that one. Yet, quick turnover there, and the Cats have the ball again. The ball up to Will Fitzharris, who's going to move the ball up and work with this Cats attack that is so good on fast breaks.
Jack Patton fires a shot that goes wide right there. The Cats, under 2:30 to play, slowed things down in the second half, but 13-goal lead.
Number 34, Chapman Lindgren, is also going to come in the game. He is a junior, most likely playing midi. And that is going to go high.
Is that
number 1?
Charlie Nunnally?
Charlie Nunnally, another senior.
And 2 minutes left. Cats looking to get everyone some touches. Number 34. And Austin Hudson beats his man. Nice goal from Hudson. And number 34, Chapman Lindgren, into the game. And Austin Hudson with a great goal. Really just all around solid. I mean, you had half of Allatoona's goals came in the first 30 seconds. Maybe the first minute. Allatoona scored right off the bat. And they've only got 2 goals.
Yeah, this game, apart from the first 3 or 4 possessions, has really been all Wildcats in every aspect of the field. William Hudson for the majority of the game. Now Tyler Bass. Both goalies have played exceptionally. This defense has been rock solid. Westminster midfielders have controlled the game, and then I guess the score can tell you what the attack has done for the Wildcats this evening.
So we have Chapman Lindgren, Robbie Shamliss, Tyler Bass in goal. We also have number 24, Robin Seeds, in the game, as well as number 11, Ali Bogus.
So we are under 25 seconds now.
As well as number... Can't get a name for you. I believe that's Joseph Rodriguez, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll be it.
Wildcats with a 16-2 victory over an Allatoona team that came in. People were talking about Allatoona coming into this game. They were very hyped up, undefeated team in the state. The Wildcats really took it to them this evening and dominated in all aspects of the game.
And one thing, there's always a lacrosse tradition, is after the game you go and congratulate your goalie. And Westminster doing a great job there by swarming sophomore Tyler Bass, who played a great game today. And here you see just, all around, hugs, cheers, just a great win here for the Cats.
So I believe that's going to be the end of our broadcast here tonight. I had a great time.
I had a blast.
It was an exceptional time with you guys.
Watch some great lacrosse.
Now, go home and watch some basketball. Go home, watch some NBA playoffs basketball. But you can always go watch the lacrosse broadcast as well. Great game here. I'm getting some negative feedback.
No, not from you.
You know what? Well, then what happened, Bennett?
I was just laughing about something someone said behind me. But anyways,
I'm gonna continue with my little segment here on the end, if that's okay with you. Like that's.
I would accept that.
We're gonna
Great,
rewind and
great,
restart
great.
the closure from
So,
Jack Schlafly.
so that is your final score. 16-2. Wildcats take out Allatoona here at Fritz Orr Field. I'm Jack Schlafly for Bennett Porson, Ryan Costley, Andrew Shackelford, Drew Smith, and the rest of our WCAT crew. We'll catch you next time. Go Cats.